Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the fourth hour of Masks. So, you guys are outside of the central building in the Verisign compound in Halcyon City. Now, you've just recently learned, due to a vision from your Doom
Hey,
character, that the person you're looking for, Daniel Thorson, is trapped in a downstairs research area, research underground complex thing, space, hidden deep under the ground.
I think we're still dealing with the aftermath of the vision, to be honest.
Yes. What do you do?
I think Sparrow tries to get up into a sitting position. Um, I don't know what that was. I mean, I'm still trying to figure out my powers, right? But I think I know what Daniel is.
Well, that's a good start.
Where is he?
Yeah, he's far below us in a hidden basement. Yeah, I think I can guide us there. Just give me a few seconds to pick myself back up.
Sure.
And I think she puts a hand to her temple, and since the one she's right-handed, and the one she used to touch Mark is the one that got marked is also her right hand. So without thinking it, she puts the red hand to her temple.
Okay.
Uh,
And what's the
Sparrow?
plan here?
Jesus Christ on a crutch. What's that?
What?
Your hand.
Oh,
S-
that's some leftovers from when we visited Mark. I think his so you know how I mostly project my costume, right? I think his tortured psyche left an impression.
And
You didn't think to tell us?
I asked I asked you not an hour ago, well, half an hour ago, how you were doing, and
I mean, it doesn't hurt or anything. It's just red.
So naturally, at this point, like, all of you are aware
I think
that
I
this
think
wasn't visible before, right? Like, this isn't just a, oh, I missed this. Like,
I'm I'm just gonna say this and leave it up to Nightshade, but we are in the middle of a place where we are quite likely surrounded by bad guys on all sides. But I do think we might need to have a talk when we get back to someplace more private, all of us, shall we? Just suggesting it.
Absolutely.
Clearing the air and stuff.
I agree. But let's get Mark and get out or Mark.
I
Let's
yeah,
get Daniel and get out of here.
yeah. Let's definitely get Daniel and get the hell out of here. And what way do we go?
Yeah, it's this way. Sparrow looks intensely uncomfortable, and because it's easier to hide your body language that way, she turns into a fox and shows the way.
all right.
Oh,
So, what's the idea here for like getting down there? Because I'm just gonna put this on you, right? Like, there's probably gonna be a problem in like being a fox leading a bunch of teenagers through a crowded building where you're not supposed to be. So
No, it'll be fine.
Will be
it. I mean,
stealthy, of course.
I'm
Like
okay. I'm okay with just like walking in there, but I just want to know if that's your idea.
I'm guessing we'll be like sneaking from room to room, awkwardly looking out the door, hoping not to be seen, trying to be stealthy.
Yep.
All right. So we see you like sway, like try and move like unseen through the building. And it goes fine, like on the first floor of it. The problem becomes when you reach the elevator. Now, as you look down a hallway, you see the elevator at the end of it, and you just see like a plainclothes security guard standing there, just like looking like a regular old security dude.
Huh.
like someone goes into the elevator. There's like a series of elevators, right? But he's still standing there, and someone goes into the elevator. He like tips his hat to them, and they ignore him because he's underappreciated at his work.
Should I distract him?
How?
Make a construct.
If you can make
That might work.
Don't worry, I won't be moving away from you this time.
Hot dogs. You're paying. I'm just saying.
Yes, Diamond.
Thank you.
So if like I'm just again I'm gonna put this on you, because this is like something I hold to be obviously the case. If you create a construct of cosmic energy and try to distract him with it, he's gonna sound an alarm. Like watching a semi-person made of the swirling void is not gonna prompt him to be like, I wonder what that is. It's gonna prompt him speaking into a walkie-talkie.
Yeah, that's the thing. I wanted to steal his walkie-talkie and run off with it.
And it's gonna probably okay. You know what? That's fine. That might happen. I was gonna say he's gonna punch a button on the wall, but what the fuck? Let's see what happens.
Yay! So, she can no doubt make the construct. The thing is, can she make the construct steal his thingy before? What would that be? That would be that engaging him, right?
It can definitely do it. There is like if you make the construct, you have to maneuver it and have to control it.
Yeah,
so...
she has to use 2 burn on it, so she controls it.
Yeah.
And it starts running on its own. Spend
Right.
1 burn to create any object with your powers up to the size of the person. Spend an additional burn to animate it independently of yourself.
Yep.
And construct dissolves at the end of the scene. So basically, she will have it steal his walkie-talkie and then have it, run off in the opposite direction on its own so they can get in.
All right. So what you're gonna do in that case is are you keeping manual control of it, or are you spending the 2 points?
She's spending 1 to make it, and then she's making it steal his thing, and then spending the 2nd to have it run off.
All right. So the way we're gonna play this is as you're controlling it, roll your freak, roll to unleash your powers, right? As you're like manually maneuvering the thing, and we'll see if you can successfully direct the thing to snatch his walkie-talkie and leg it, or if his reaction is gonna be different. There
It's
we
a
are.
hit.
All right, so this is temporary, or you're gonna suffer a condition. Do you want to suffer a condition?
No, it's just temporary. It will vanish the second they are inside the thingy, because then she can't see it anymore.
All right, so here's what's gonna be up then. This is the situation I'm putting on you. You have now, like, the thing appears, it steals his walkie-talkie, and it runs. And he doesn't have the presence of mind to immediately just, like, hit an alarm button anywhere, and instead he's just, like, running after it and be like, hey, you! And, like, he grabs a thing in his, like grabs a gun out of his belt and, like, runs after it. But you also, like, know that this is buying you a window. This is not the solution. He is gonna sound the alarm. It's just a matter of, like, in a moment he's gonna do it.
If he's running after that thing, he's got his attention on it,
Yes.
right?
Yeah,
Yes,
that's so we could
I'm
get
gonna-
down.
Yeah,
He's
I'm
running
gonna
down a hallway.
Yeah, I'm gonna run after him, catch up, and knock him out. It'll buy us a little more time.
All right, he's got a solid head start on you, right? Because you're at the end of another hallway, looking down on him. But you can definitely try and make the roll. So
Yeah. Directly engage.
no, it's just to catch up to him. So roll your pleasure freak. Just like trying to catch up to him. Once you get at him, there is no trouble.
No. Wait a second. No, I have an ability that allows me to do this.
Yeah, you do. But if you do
have.
that, then the alarm is gonna go off no matter what, because that involves you running through walls.
That's true. That's true.
I'm okay with it. Again, I am not trying to dissuade. I am trying to inform.
The idea was to not do it.
True. Then again, wait a second. He still needs to get back here to hit the alarm eventually.
No, because he could just use the walkie-talkie then, when he picks it up.
All right. Well, in that case, let's just get going.
You're not
And
gonna-
then they will be running around this thing where it disappeared and go, well, where did it come from? I don't know. Is there something wrong up here? I don't know. The idea is they get the attention up here and we go downstairs.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, let's go.
All right. So you run unmolested to the elevator. You get inside. There is a bunch of buttons, and then there's a locked panel. What do? All the buttons go but the buttons go 2 stories down, and then 5 up. But you, Sparrow, are well aware that this facility is a far ass way underground.
Let's go I'll just suggest let's go 2 stories down, and then I'll remove enough of the floor for us to continue.
Sounds like a plan.
Get out of the way and then down.
Alright, so there's the elevator starts descending. The girl from Ipanema plays annoyingly over the speakers.
I hate you, Daniel.
You're welcome, very welcome.
I hate you.
With a little
Bane of my fucking existence, that song.
The doors slide open, just into a hallway. You see a couple of a series of people in lab coats just walk past the hallway, not looking at you, but you're just basically a second away from being detected, right? It's that awkward moment of you standing in plain sight and no one noticing because you're just in an elevator. So everyone's just walking past you.
Perfect sound in the background. But
we apologize for the background noises right now, but it really seriously, unfortunately, sadly, cannot be helped. We are overrun by idiotic students getting hammered until the wee hours of the morning.
That's okay. They're allowed. They're basically your characters without superpowers.
Not at 1:30 in the fucking morning, they're not. Not when
and they do that.
You go, guys. Go out there and be drunk.
Wake me up. Not when they wake me up at 1:30 in the morning. All right.
No, then they can go to hell.
Yes.
And stay there.
Yes.
In a corner, feeling sad for themselves.
I think Nightshade springs into action.
Okay.
When we see there's just a ton of people here.
Yeah.
And there's probably no way we're gonna avoid being seen. So
the trick is it's more like an awkward situation than it is anything else, because no one is looking at you, and there is this sense of being invisible. Right? If the doors fall shut right now, no one is gonna have seen you. The thing is, you're just in a tiny little cubicle box, right? You're in a tiny little square in an elevator, and if you move out of that, you will be seen. But as long as you're here, it's just a busy floor of the basement.
Yeah, Nightshade is in a hurry to get his friend though, so he disperses into a big cloud of knockout gas and just starts making his way through the tunnels or the hallways.
Interesting. All right, unleash.
Awesome.
I need more freak.
We all do.
Oh my god.
Oh!
Delightful.
Nothing salvaging that.
We can't even help you there. I could boost it to a 5.
I got an advancement. Yippee.
So, you know that weird serum you absorbed recently? That that weird blue thing that you just picked up and decided to assimilate into your body?
Yeah.
It turns out that has a biological priority higher than knockout gas. Who knew? For some reason, you turn into that. You don't have as much control as you would hope, unfortunately. And as just a blue cloud starts rolling down the hall here, people react with an understandable amount of panic initially, but instead of falling to the ground, being KO'd, they fall to the ground and they start rolling around and twisting and spasming. Now, you notice this as you have just rolled down a series of hallways and you're, and you rematerialize or whatever you do, whatever you retain your shape, you turn around, you look down the hallway, and everyone is just writhing on the floor.
Yeah, I kind of give a confused look and kind of look down at my form as it's starting to come back together and realize it's not what I wanted to be. I'm oh crap.
Your friends is nowhere to be seen because they did not want to walk into that cloud.
Yeah, the rest of you are standing in an elevator. Outside is like this
I'm
bluish
running
mist.
down. I'm belting down towards him when he comes back. Rematerializes, shouting at him all the way. For God's sakes, either pull it out of them or turn into antidote.
Interesting.
Before they choke to death.
So, you doing that, you can totally do that, but that would put you in the risk of actually inhaling the stuff.
Can I create a barrier at the elevator door to keep us away from the gas?
Yeah, you could like hem in the elevator to prevent it from seeping in. The question is like, and you could then exit the elevator, but doing so would like bring you out where there's now this bluish smog.
So, but if we are within a barrier, that's not smog penetrable.
Correct.
In that case, Sparrow makes a barrier around us.
All right. Yeah. Roll to. Is that a defend?
Yeah, defending against mutating monster gas.
Yeah. Roll to defend. There it is.
Thank you. I love defending.
Pick an option from the list.
Opening the list.
I might suggest adding a team to the pool.
That's actually a good idea.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll do that then.
So a team goes in the pool. I'll deal with that. There we go. It's up to 1. And yeah, so you create this barrier, right? Like this, there's this psychic construct barrier that like appears and like screens you. So all of you, like Diamond, you have this like, no, I gotta go after him, but then suddenly like a force field appears and like cuts off the billowing blue cloud before it can like roll into the elevator. And you can still do something. The question is like, what do you do, and do you do it?
Well, I'm still shouting to him at the very least. For God's sakes, pull it out of them or turn into antidote before they choke to death.
Or turn into more hawks.
So, since I don't know what this is, because I know it's incomplete, I have no idea what to make as an antidote for it. So I start drawing all that gas back towards myself.
That's no problem. You just like, as you move back through the hole, you can reabsorb it. But that just basically leaves that leaves the result of your handiwork clearly visible.
Yep. Oh man. And so I guess once I make it back to the elevator, I grab one of the scientists and haul him back to the elevator with me. Yeah. And kind of like shake him awake. Just be like, how do we get below?
You start shaking him, like you have him by the elevator, you start like, rustling him. And as you do so, his twisting, contorting arms like shoot out and grab you by the shoulders. They start squeezing, and though you're pretty tough, it kind of hurts, right? They like push into you with this. What the hell is that? Oh, okay. Like he starts just like squeezing you with like a strength that like that people usually don't exhibit, right? Like it's he likes to start like with all the strength he could possibly physically muster, and you see his eyes have like turned this like dull, like have this like dull orange film over them, and then his lips part and he starts snarling at you and spits and froths at you, and all around the hallway, people in lab coats start like pulling themselves up and looking at you with like this infuriated, rage-filled glance, and they just like come at you.
Oh crap.
What do you do?
Get in here!
Yep, yeah, I like throw the one I'm holding at the nearest one and dart back into the elevator.
Alright.
I let him.
Yeah, so like you turn around, you throw one of them, he careens into another one who falls over, 5 more takes his place as they run towards the force field. A like little opening in the force field opens and shuts, allowing you to step through it for just a second, and then they're like against the barrier, slamming against it, shouting at you, like not making any sense, just like crying in rage at you.
Diamond, can you break the elevator floor? You're muted.
Yep, I'm already on it, and she's basically digging her fingers into the elevator floor.
All right, no problem. So you open the elevator floor up, and the elevator shaft just continues
Well, yeah. So
down into darkness.
yes.
Okay. I can make a construct leading down, but I'll have to drop the shield.
I can do that then.
Shield or construct?
The construct.
Yeah.
And you want to spend one of your remaining burn to erect a moat?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So yeah, you basically tag team the barriers, right? Like you set up a barrier behind the one that's been created, and then White Sparrow drops hers, and they advance by like a centimeter, and then they like hit the new barrier. And like as you look at these people, they like their features become more sullen. Their veins become visible on their faces and on their hands. Right? Like there is definitely some kind of like mental overriding and like body control thing going on here, where they're just being like driven to absolute rage.
May I make a? I'm saying this as we drift down. May I make a guess here and say that blue shit that you turned into is the prototype for what Daniel got injected with? Look at them.
It must be.
That is not good.
It's horrifying. That's what it is.
Right now you are, AJ. Try saying something.
Oh, hi.
Hello, AJ.
Hello.
Welcome back to the land of those we can hear. So, what do you want to say?
I forgot.
Okay. Well,
It basically just, when it doesn't get hurt, I get distracted and then I forget.
okay. So you like crawl down the elevator cable or whatever you do.
Yeah, that's why we wanted to make a construct, like a vine if Sparrow does it, or whatever Starlight
Alright.
had intention if she does it.
Well, basically she just makes the moat and then she lowers it.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well,
Nice.
there's no problem in like you like creating a little like piece of climbing vine or something so you can like scale it down. We follow all of you as you like emerge down, and we have a panel of you like probably of Diamond and Vigil like each pulling open an elevator door.
Yeah.
And you look into a like a big open chamber, right? There's a reaction shot of you guys emerging there from like looking like doing the obvious like looking up at a big open room phase. And there's this like underground like storage area where like a bunch of like weird equipment has been stacked up. A lot of it seems to be packed in like secure containers and so on, but it's clearly being moved around in this enormous underground complex. And you are well aware, the White Sparrow, that this is not nearly deep enough, right? This is like stage midway. But the way down is in front of you, because across this essentially like storage hall, right? This enormous warehouse hall. There is a funicular, like parked at your level. A funicular.
I don't know that word.
A funicular is like an industrial level, diagonally traversing elevator.
Basically, it's like a gazebo. Let's attack it.
Yeah, exactly. There's a funicular there. Okay, well, get it. I'm just gonna.
Sounds like a rolling sidewalk when you describe it like that.
How do you spell it? Then I can Google it.
Don't worry, I got a picture for you. This is not the perfectest picture, but it's gonna do.
Perfect. Just picture.
Yes, the perfectest picture.
I'm glad to hear that I'm not the only one who can't word today.
I've never been able to word. I'm just pretending sometimes.
I don't know. I think you word the most goodest at times.
Okay.
No, you were the most goodest.
Oh, thank you.
Give me a second. My browser just shut itself. I'm gonna try that again.
I found a picture.
All right, cool.
Don't shit on your browser.
That's disgusting.
Very.
Let's see if this picture will actually load then.
All right, here's a link. This is a funicular, except the one you're like looking at is an industrial level one, which means it's basically just like a section of floor a section of floor the size of like the foundation of a mid-sized house, that can like traverse like down a diagonal elevator shaft.
Cool. So
Cool.
get onto that one.
Yep.
All right. So as you as you cross through the hall, yeah, do you get noticed? That's the question. I guess you're just gonna have to run out in the open at this point. Because upstairs, there's a cutaway panel to upstairs where a guy stops chasing his walkie-talkie and realizes he should probably sound the alarm, and so he does.
And then the panic starts in the lower, and yeah.
Yeah. So as you you just see clear across this hallway to the funicular, and you just bolt. As you run through, someone is looking up, some guys coordinating the movement of all these things, heavy workers wearing exoskeletons to help them do heavy lifting, a la the thing that Ripley fights the alien queen in, that kind of suit. Notice you, and there's just suddenly this commotion, this shouting at you as everyone starts noticing that something is wrong. And as you reach the funicular and hit the down button, you hear an alarm going on, right? Like a klaxon or something going and a red siren starts blinking.
Yeah, next thing we hear is over the loudspeaker, we hear a very angry woman's voice going, "You step away from her, you bitch."
So, none of the storage workers are actually coming at you, right? They're just wearing these suits things, right? They're not here to fight anyone. But as the funicular starts going down, which it does, painfully slowly, it starts descending. You hear a commotion from upstairs, from further up the shaft from where you initially came, and then suddenly you see little basically coming down some support struts and stuff like that, around the sides of the funicular as it's descending. You see people security personnel wearing this dark green tinted body armor with red eye lenses and what looks like pretty heavy pretty high tech weaponry start making their way precariously to down the diagonally sloping strut and superstructure leading down towards you as they try to line up shots at you. What do? You have a moment before they can set up.
Create a barrier.
All right. So you want to?
I guess
you want to you want to.
I want to move. I want to. Quite frankly, they're down there. I'm over here. There's a direct line. The others can have their barrier. I'm going for them.
You know what? I would actually like to make a personal barrier for everyone.
Because I'm definitely using Unstoppable on these guys.
You're just jumping down and just taking the entire fall down the shaft and then engaging them.
I mean, yeah,
it's a long drop.
Should be doable. It's a long drop, but I'm also incredibly resistant to damage.
Absolutely, you are.
If we can combine forces, if that's a thing, I would say that Sparrow taps her on the shoulder and a white shimmer kind of engulfs her body.
What's the idea here?
It's that I'm making her, a barrier just above the skin all around her.
Interesting. I'll take that. What this is going to actually... Am I going to take that? What's the rules of this? I don't feel like this is something you do.
I mean, I make barriers all the time.
Yeah, but when you do it, you create a barrier in response to a thing, right? You're oh shit, I need a barrier to be here.
There's nothing telling me that I have to always be reactive. I can be proactive with my barriers.
Oh yeah, you totally can. I'm just questioning, is this a thing you do?
I mean, you can always unleash your powers.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I'm confused.
It's a new way of doing it. unleash her powers to see if she can do it.
Mm-hmm.
How would that work?
Good question. Oh, I'm.
Like it
I
sounds
mean,
like
the
it
thing
would be
is,
like
I would like to add my 2 cents here, because the whole getting tapped on the shoulder and so on, it has to happen literally in the blink of an eye, because
Well, I think this will have been Sparrow's reaction as soon as she saw the people getting ready.
Yeah, I feel
All
like
right.
this is definitely like in the realm of possibility. I'm just questioning how does this actually work on a mechanical level? Like, what is this? Is this a preemptive defend?
I guess we could call it that, yeah.
Then what? Like when does it stop? Right, because the like defend works in response to a certain stimuli.
I mean, we could do it as AJ suggested and do it as an unleash your power.
Yeah, let's try that. Let's do that way. So if this works, there is basically like a shielding effect around Diamond that will like.
Let's just say if I have a suggestion there. If this works, it'll give me a bonus if I take a powerful blow.
Yeah, I think like it's like exactly right. It'll count as a +1 forward to you taking powerful blows. It's basically like there to absorb damage. It's a damage buffer before it cracks.
I don't think it's going to be that big of an issue considering the roll.
Yeah, I just marked my 5th potential.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a valid try. So like this is not something that you're comfortable doing. You try to do it, but you're like fuck it. Like you can't move you find that you can't really make like a moving shield like that. Right? You do. It's way easier to say I want to put up a thing here, like where I'm looking, and then be like, there's a thing. Because you can do that, you can focus on it, you can project your power. But doing this like thing that's supposed to move in response to how like Diamond is moving, and where you don't have to focus on it, it's just like completely falls apart on you. It's way.
Yeah, I can make static barriers and I can make things that move on their own, but they're always entirely made out of my power. This has to react instantly to her movements, and that's not really working.
Yeah, it's like the concentration isn't really there. I feel like this is totally something that would be in the scope of you, like.
It has to be practiced first.
Yeah, I feel like this is like something that would perfectly fit with your, like if you took the adult move, wield your power with precision instead of unleash your power, right? Like that would be like perfectly up this alley.
Well, if I could take it now, I would, but I can't because I haven't unlocked enough advancement for that.
Yeah, you're still too raw. All of you are very raw. You're teens. Doing superhero stuff. So
well, once she starts running, I can help her, but not before that.
So we see. Let's go back to Diamond because we need to acknowledge what Diamond is doing. So Diamond, you do like there's a split second of you being like, okay, people are setting up down there. Fuck that, and then you just like swan dive off the funicular and just like start descending.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is gonna like you just doing that is you're gonna take a powerful blow. Like. This is just falling that distance, rolling and bounding into shit as you're falling. This is only gonna play one way, but you might clinch it. So let's see what's up. Roll to take a powerful blow, and we'll see how well you are when you reach the foot of it.
Hey.
Yeah, there it is. Standing strong.
And that's
my 5th.
That's a potential.
That's my 5th potential.
Sweet.
So I can now take an advance, as I understand it.
That's correct.
And let's see.
Oh, we don't do that afterwards?
We can do that afterwards too.
Oh, okay.
Unless she already knows what you want, right?
Yeah, exactly. You can, as I understand, you can also take one immediately.
That's what we've been doing so far.
In that case, I know what I want after John's done.
Okay.
I was about to say, I unlocked my moment of truth on my last failure.
Awesome.
Yeah, when you unlock your moment of truth, what happens then?
You can use it.
Yeah, but it doesn't do anything. I mean, I know that it there's something about locking one of you, but that's not until you use it, right?
After you use a moment of truth, you lock one of your labels.
Yeah, exactly. I thought that was it because I'm unlocking my moment of truth as well.
All right, so we have 2 moments of truth unlocked. All right, so that's good. So yeah, you fall down. Yeah, hello, hi.
Yeah, as I said, I want to tell you what I unlocked then.
Yes, tell me what you want to unlock.
Yes, I would like to take the there when it matters move from the bull.
Excellent. Tell me about that move.
It says when you defend someone on a hit, you can hold one instead of choosing from the list. Spend your hold when they're in danger later to arrive on the scene ready to help.
Oh, that's great. What a great thing. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Keep that. So, okay. So, Diamond dives off the funicular. Starts rolling down this, like, diagonally sloped superstructure, bounding into things all over the place, and yet still, when you land, you do so gracefully. It's just, you land, you're okay. Like, you're a bit beaten up, you're a bit, like, shaken, but, you know, like, it was a rush.
Yep. I'm in one piece. I'm okay. I'm fine. I got this. And stuff.
And you look up at like this two groups of green clad like security personnel looking at you through like red tinted visors. All of them like paused for a moment in wonder at the fact that you're not like dead. And then one of them is like, "What are you standing there waiting for?"
And I'm gonna go to town on the assholes.
All right. So definitely, you like dive towards them, trying to engage them. They immediately like point like these weapons at you, and you see the like a little yellowish charge in the barrel before they open up, and they like they fire these like little laser bolts at you.
Right.
So let's see.
This should be directly engaged, I think.
Yeah,
that's what I aim to do.
Most assuredly is. So roll to directly engage.
Right. Here we go. Go.
It's ace roll. All right. So pick your options from the list.
Well, I am going to here. I am going to resist their blows. I'm not even going to avoid them. I'm going to resist them. They're going to shoot at me, and it's going to fucking ping off me.
All right.
And what I am going to do is I am going to take their weaponry from them.
Interesting. All right, that's good.
I'm gonna leave it to the others to knock them out, because right now I'm sufficiently angry. At this point, she doesn't quite trust herself to whether she would hurt them, in a permanent kind of way. So she's gonna disarm them.
All right. So you trade blows with them, you resist their blows, and you take their weaponry from them.
Yeah.
So this is basically just like a series of like a couple of like 2 or 3 panels of you like engaging these people and like knocking some skulls, breaking like assault rifles over your knee. It's like breaking them open, sparks fly everywhere. And yeah, you definitely like take these guys' weaponry from them. Let's see. So, actually, that's the wrong one. Let's get this away. There it is. So as you kick into them like that, suddenly and with great deal of surprise, like the guy trying to keep like order and control of these troops is presently failing his job. It's not his fault. You're pretty scary. But
I don't actually feel bad about that. I have to say, I don't feel bad about it.
All right.
You might be bad, but you feel good.
Yeah.
So you're just knocking a couple of them together. We see like a set of them, like 5 of them, like aim their rifles at you and like just open up on your back, and it punches holes in your jacket. But like, it's just this like annoying feeling of like someone firing like a fucking like firing an air gun at you. So when you turn around, like then just to go to town on them, like kick them over, like throw people, like just bowl them down, and let's see.
I'm gonna make them have really bad days.
Definitely. So when you do that, the guy in charge calls for a retreat, and they start pulling back away from you. Most of them having lost their rifles just starts licking it, but they some of them drop grenades that starts billowing this the same pale yellowy smoke, in the same hue as the blasters they were firing. And they move down from the area you're in. They move down to start covering a central hallway, where they start setting up. You see a couple of people run to reinforce them and set up a hard point. Meanwhile, the funicular is descending behind you slowly.
Well, I'm not done with this. If they bring more weapons up, I've tried to be nice and give them a chance to get away. No. I'm not at this point. I think I'm sorry, guys, but I have to stay true to the character here.
Go on.
She loses it.
Sure, go on. So
China shop.
Sure. So you what do you do?
I charge the hard point.
Cool. So you start running towards them. The billowing smoke starts pulling up, starts filling the room in front of you. You just plow directly through the smoke, and as you clear the smoke, you just in time to see and register the fact that this giant security door is closing in front of you, and as it closes, this mechanism in front of it turns with a laudable click, as they close the blast door, so to speak, and you just a direct intercept course with it. What do you do?
I'm not sure I understand what you mean.
You're basically running towards the hard point, and they're shutting a door in your face.
Yeah, I don't really care about the door. I want to get to them.
Cool.
So if I'm quite happy if it's possible to combine my abilities here in a way, because as I said, I'm willing to do the China shop thing, and I'm willing to do unstoppable.
So
and there's a thing in front of me right now which is quite solid, so unstoppable should certainly apply.
Definitely. You don't combine the moves, but you can take them in sequence. So if your intention here is to just go through the door and be able to get at these people.
Actually, what I think I want to do is, as I pass by or as I plow through the door, I want to tear one side of the door off and use it as a weapon.
Okay, cool.
So, literally ripping a massive chunk of the metal out of that, and I will go to fucking town on their hard point, on their defensive position. I will level the shit out of this place.
Hell yeah. All right, roll to cut loose here. What the move you're using was the transformed move.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a transformed move called Unstoppable. When you smash your way through scenery to get two away from something, roll plus danger.
Yes. On the hits, the world breaks before you, and you get what you want. Okay, let's see. Oh, can we get a?
Starlight can totally help here.
Oh, cool.
She sees that, oh my god, this thing might actually be more solid than she is. So she super boosts her.
Oh, cool.
Interesting. What does that look like?
Well, it's one of her moves. She spends her last burn.
Oh no! You just spent your team to help her.
No. I spent one burn to supercharge a teammate's efforts with your powers, giving them +1 bonus to the roll as if you're spent team from the pool.
Oh, that's super cool. Okay, so that's how it works.
Really cool. Yes.
So there's this
basically,
infusion.
For some reason, you know that Starlight is around you because you suddenly see little stars dancing on your skin. And you feel the energy fly through you.
I know what this looks like. I have to interject. Yeah. I know what this looks like from your perspective. From your perspective, you're going into hyperspeed.
Yeah. Nice.
For everyone else, small galaxy starts turning up on her skin and twirling fast.
Oh my god, I'm having an anime princess moment.
That looks so good. So yeah, it's just the blue streaks all around you.
Starlight has on her skin.
Right.
all over her own skin.
So
and Starlight lights up.
So you kick it up. You kick up the effect to a 7 to 9. In this case, on a 7 to 9, mark a condition, leave something behind, or take something with you.
Well, I'm taking something with me, as in I said, I'm taking part of the door with me to use when I have my inner China shop moment.
Oh yeah. That's not the intent of the move, right? When you
okay.
Take something with you. This is the downside of the move, right? Mark a condition.
Oh,
or
right,
do
right.
these things.
Okay, I'd say a mark a condition. I'm now officially pissed off.
All right.
I finally go over the edge.
Right, so mark angry, and you like supercharged momentarily by the invigorating forces of Starlight's cosmic powers. You charge directly through the security door, bowling it down. Behind it, they immediately you punch through the door. The heavy metal struts creak and bend and complain as you just push through it, and you emerge on the other side to a hail of laser fire. But you are in a position where you can engage these people, and as you move forward, you get to make a roll to directly engage the security squad. Meanwhile, the funicular reaches the bottom for you guys. It touches down with a loud booming click as the entire thing locks into position. And then, there is just this billows yellow cloud in front of you.
Starlight runs after the others while she flashes up again to gain more burn.
Alright. So, we'll address the burn thing when you need it.
Couldn't I roll it now so it's done?
Yeah, you can. But first we'll resolve Diamond's direct engage.
Oh, right. Okay, well, the direct engage, as I said, includes the inner China shop this time. She is going to cause extensive damage to this place.
Super.
Again, it's I know that it's rarely convenient, guys, but again, staying true to the character.
No,
we don't really like this place anyway.
No, that's true. So yeah, I'm gonna do that, and that gives me an extra. I can pick an extra effect.
Yep.
So let's see. That's good because, well, I can spend team pool selfishly to get up to 7, can't I?
Oh yeah, you totally can.
Mm-hmm.
And if I spend it selfishly, what does that mean? It means
you hang your team out
over somebody.
Oh right, okay. As I said, I brought a part of the door with me, right?
Yeah.
I am using that to I'm swinging it wildly as a weapon.
Yeah.
The point of that, of course, is that because it's a large, reasonably flat object, it also waves the smoke away, which means that they are down the hallway, and I'm making them perfectly visible for anyone I don't get immediately. I'm basically lining up the shots at them.
Ah, that's sweet. Okay, so yeah, you're being so roughhousing and so mad dog swinging that you actually take longer knocking them down, and that they get to line up shots and so on because you're just wrecking shit around you.
Exactly.
All right, cool. So that's a thing that's gonna happen. They'll take some shots at your team.
Yeah, but that would be the way. But then I'm just gonna spend that one team to get up to a hit, and then I'll get an extra because I use China shop.
Yep.
In a China shop, and that means, let me see here on this on directly engaging.
So you
I
get
will.
Choose one, but you can choose 2.
I can choose 2 exactly. That's the thing. Again, I'm not actually going to resist their blows or avoid their blows this time because she is so furious she doesn't even care.
Yep.
So she is going to take consciousness from the majority of them, and she's going to frighten the shit out of anyone else.
All right, super.
They are facing a wild animal.
Yeah, they're facing an angry teenager. Anyone would be scared.
Yep.
All right. So,
I also think the others have seen her go, in a china shop once before, but that was outside in an open area. This is probably the first time where they've seen her just totally lose her shit.
This is like the destruction here is like different, right? Because all the destruction happens in a confined, compact space.
Yeah.
So it's not like tearing through a wall like it was or tearing through a ceiling as it was in the in the museum, because there the walls are just normal, like they're pretty thick there, but it's nothing to you, right? Down here it's like this entire cavern complex, and you don't necessarily punch through walls or ceilings because there aren't really anything on the other side of them, but it's just like making these enormous indentations and things, and fucking like starting like this little like underground earthquake as you like just bowl into everything. That's and you definitely you get your thing. We'll resolve that just as soon as we have resolved the result of you spending team selfishly. So this is basically like they take a shot at your team and then you kick them over and knock them out.
I make them hurt.
Yes,
a
exactly.
lot.
So the rest of you, of course, see like this, this billowing cloud, and then like got like these like gusts of wind as she's essentially like as Diamond is fanning the cloud away, and you see her like take these mad swings, basically seeming to care more about just destroying and hitting things rather than people, and she just like gets a couple of people every now and then. But as she does so, a couple of the security squads, like security goons, like notice you guys having descended and like come off the funicular, and they stop and they like line up shots at you. Like start taking like these pot shots with the laser blasts, with the weapons they have left, and one of them in particular who came up to support the rear like raises up a rocket launcher and fires it at you.
Holy shit!
I want to make a shield.
All right,
but you already made barriers for all of us.
No, that failed.
Yeah, that failed.
All right.
That was the roll of 3. Well, I have to say, guys, it's not as if we've been complaining for weeks that we didn't get enough potential. I don't think we can do that after tonight.
No.
All right, so throw up a barrier then to roll to defend these guys and tell me what you do.
I think this time it looks, just to keep a bit in the theme, it almost looks like you're seeing a puddle from above, and then raindrops hits it. And where the raindrops hit, the barrier forms out until it's complete.
Ah, awesome. All right, make the roll. There it is. Success. What do you want to pick for your option?
I will look at the options again, because I've already forgotten them.
You could restore a team to the pool again.
All right.
I could also clear condition.
Yep.
Like feel guilty?
Nope.
You clear your sense of guilt by being an asset to the team. Makes sense.
Yeah, I think that's what happens. I would love to give a team to the pool also, but
yeah, maybe some other time. All right, so yeah, we see this happen, right? Like they line up shots. A couple of them like, stop these guys, attack! But they're just kids, sir. I don't care. Open fire! And they like start shooting at you, and just as they do so, we see you like raise the barrier, and we see the laser blast like pound into it with this like soft sound. And then one of them raises a rocket launcher and fires it, and this anti-personnel rocket streaks through the air on like a trail of smoke. And we see you like push more energy into the shield, and the rocket hits it and breaks the shield, but the shield absorbs the entirety of the blast and just like shrinks down into this little fine point, and then it vanishes. And meanwhile, the entire explosion has just happened on the other side of the shield, so there's just a scorch mark on the ground, but none of you are hurt at all. And as you continue to advance, they seem to like continue to line up more shots at you, but then suddenly behind them comes Diamond just like stepping down on one of them, like just like kicking the air out of him. Two of them roll sideways to get out of the way as she brings a door down to hit them, and they just like barely make it to the side. Half of them get like knocked towards things. Stones fly everywhere and hit some of them on the head and knock them out. And the rest of them just like start retreating in disorganized fashion, just running down the hall. Those who are not knocked out.
I think the moment the smoke from the grenade, the rocket launcher clears, Diamond sends the guy who fired it a cocky smirk because she cleared her guilty.
Not Diamond, but yeah.
The name of my character does
White Sparrow
that I described.
Indeed. So yeah, in the aftermath of this like fight at this hard point, right, like to open into the complex, there's just like ground zero. Everything is just destroyed, and there is a tangible feeling of destruction running through the complex in itself, right? Like you have actually legitimately started a minor underground earthquake, and you can hear pipes exploding inside the walls, like further down in the complex. This like fact that you have like gone completely haywire here served you very well in the moment, but this is going to make advancing a trap, right? Like things could go wrong moving forward, but you still of course have to do it if you're gonna stay on the ball here. So yeah, that's super good, right? You use this to great effect, but you causing so much collateral damage is definitely gonna provide an obstacle for you ahead. So, I mean, here is where I would say let's like, what do you do now? But I think a lot of you like standing in what's essentially like a metal plated and
I think I had something.
Oh,
yeah, you started
AJ?
talking before she could say what she wanted.
Apologies, AJ, go on.
Nah, moment passed.
Very well. So the frame, like the panel we see is of like the battlefield left in the wake of Diamond, which is like, if you imagine a metal plated stone underground like complex, right? Like where there is not really as much constructed walls between rooms as things have been carved out of the ground. And it's filled with craters, like punching craters. I'm not talking like tiny little things, but like more like someone detonated a minor explosive several times, different places on the ground, ceiling, and walls. And the metal has bent open or burned or melted. Things have cracked. There's a gas pipe just burning, just like this like torch, just like flaring out into open air. There is like open electrical discharges. The lights on the ceiling are like flickering in and out. And like further down, like you just like look down this hallway that leads into like looks like basically as I like imagined, like a metal clad like strong point leading into what's most assuredly like some kind of high-tech facility. And standing there, looking down there, you like it feels like you're where you should be. And White Sparrow, you know, like this is the floor, this is the place. Down there is where you will find Daniel. That's where they're doing these experiments. You don't know what else you will find down here in the weird, scientifically corrupt underground, but there is bound to be something up ahead, and you just hope you can get there in time. And this is where we will call it for all of you guys here, because this is about the time we're due to end. So let's throw out some. Let's make our end of session moves, and then
Daniel, can we end it on Sparrow saying that this is it? This is where Daniel is.
Oh, hell yeah!
They do all the experiments on him.
Hell yeah, it is. Like that line, and then I would guess. Now you guys feel free to chime in, but I would guess that line followed up by all of you looking resolute.
Yes.
Well, all of them
Yep.
resolute, and I think Diamond is probably half crouched inside a dust cloud. You only see her her physical outline. What's it called? Her
silhouette.
Her silhouette. Yes, exactly. Inside this dust cloud, and just the eye, just that eye again. Looking, she looks like something about to pounce and kill something.
Sweet. All right. So, this is where we're gonna call it. We'll make our end of session moves, and then we will pick up here next time. And I'm definitely gonna have to start writing an arc for this.
Yes.
Okay. So let's make our end of session moves then. Starting at the top, Diamond.
Yes.
Lovely tour de force you.
Oh
Why don't
my
you
god.
tell me a little bit about how you feel at the end of this?
Yeah, that has been a bit of an up and down today, because there was a moment where she felt closer to the team, and then there was a moment where she felt she grew away from the team. And then there was a lot of growing into her image of herself, and the final, at the end here, this charge down the hallway, being the weapon, that is what in the end defines her more than anything else. So she's grown into her own the image of herself in this situation, and because she has she was directly responsible at the end for, no harm did come to her friends, but that was through no action of hers. She placed them at risk. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drop my savior and I'm going to up my freak.
All right, drop your savior, up your freak. This sounds perfect, and I am filled with like deep sadness on behalf of your character when you're saying like being the weapon is growing into an image of herself, and I'm like, no, baby, no, you're so much more tiny innocent child, please. But yeah, that's great. I love trying.
I mean, considering what happened today, I think it fits.
It totally fits. It's just like it's this delightful dark and like dim tragedy of self-identifying as a destroyer. That's so horrible,
yeah. Well,
right?
I did unlock my moment of truth today, and I have to talk to you about that because I'm saving it for a very, very specific reason. But
that's
what
it's for, right? Whenever you see the opportunity, when you're like, this is the time, then you play that.
The point is, we already talked about how this was gonna play out eventually. So yeah, that's the thing. So I'll go over it with you again at some point.
Just to be perfectly clear here, so you understand that we've talked about how it could go down, but
yeah. Sure.
So cool stuff. Next up is Finn, aka Vigil. Why don't you tell us how you feel?
There is no sound.
There is a rip-roaring silence from the brain right now. Oh, there he is.
I just put my microphone a bit further away.
All right.
Delicately, so it doesn't make noise. Okay, now.
All right. How do you feel? What's your end of session move?
It's like, do I want to game the system or be true to the character?
Always be true to your character.
Yeah, that's
what
I would say.
Also, there is not really any way to game this system, so.
Think this time around. I think I think I grew away from the team.
All right. Why do you feel detached?
Well, he just
got punched.
That's one thing. Well, he didn't kind of expect this kind of reaction. And I suppose that set the tone from him being quite distraught from the rest of the rest of the situation when everybody was resolving stuff. He was keeping on the sidelines, and he didn't have it head in the game after that. So yeah, I would say he kind of lost a bit. Well, he was taken back by the actions of Nightshade, so I would say.
I getcha. All right. So, do you take influence away from Nightshade or someone else?
I think he didn't interact as sad as my sound, he didn't interact meaningfully with anybody else this session.
All right. So, take influence away from Nightshade then.
All right.
Next up, Nightshade. How do you feel?
It wasn't Nightshade's best moments today.
That's true.
So he was really more concerned about his friend than the team, so I think I grew away from the team.
All right.
And I did
Who
punch
do you think?
Vigil.
Okay.
I did punch Vigil in the face, so I'm going to take influence away from Vigil.
Oh my
so
god,
good.
the coldness between the two
Yeah,
of them.
that's so good. It's like that is like a textbook, like comic book moment. It's not a textbook moment, it's a comic book moment. Comic book moment. Where
I have to say, by the way, I'm sitting here with my fingers tapping against each other, in a big dastardly kind of way. My plan of ostracizing Vigil is coming to fruition.
Delightful. Awesome. Thank you. Next up, Starlight. How'd you feel? I can't hear you. Maybe push to talk is now. Still can't hear you. Try dropping out of the conversation and back in again. I'm not seeing her drop out of the conversation. That could be because maybe like she legitimately can't hear me. So why don't we move on to White Sparrow and see if we get a connection back from AJ. White Sparrow, how'd you feel?
Hi. I'm fine, thank you.
Oh, that's good. Tell me about your life, more specifically about your end of session.
Oh, well, in that case, I think Sparrow actually grew closer to the team on multiple occasions.
Yeah.
First, there was the whole, I guess my powers aren't working anymore thing where she was rescued.
Yes.
And then there was the whole everyone is instantly ready to comfort her when her powers start working in new ways instead of not working. So she definitely felt like she grew closer to the team.
Sweet. All right. That's very cute. Give influence to the character who made you feel most welcome.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem. Starlight did in a kind of indirect manner, in that she stopped being mad at me and being me. I probably felt that. Diamond did in that she clearly cared about me, and Nightshade jumped off a roof to save me. I think in the long run, I'm going to give it to Diamond because she had multiple interactions saying the same thing.
Cool.
All right.
Diamond, take influence.
Do
you have it already?
I have it already.
Change her labels.
Right. I believe your savior is already at max, isn't it?
It is. I prefer it there.
Yeah. So, don't worry. I'm not. I was actually going to raise that because you tried shielding several times, but
yeah,
that's.
I mean, my freak is at -2, and I would like it up.
Yeah, but the point is, you didn't do anything that was freakish. So this is.
I mean, I tried unleashing my powers.
Yeah, but
also my eyes turned white and dropped blood into them. That's kind of freaky.
The thing you do with your powers has less to do with your self-image and identification than how you're like. It's about self-image and about
how you see yourself. Exactly. I mean, I cannot raise your freak on what she did because it's she didn't do anything that would. I mean, specifically, Diamond is trying to make her feel better about herself, not make her feel like a freak.
Yep.
A shame there's no stat representing lying through your teeth.
So I would say, in this case, I would say her. Let me see. Well, she did do a few, a bit of. I'll lower her danger, and I'll up her superior because she did do the whole let's find a way in thing.
That is true.
Super cool.
Also, I definitely don't mind that.
In case,
Dangerous manger. That's your guys' job.
in the future, if you are ever being like, how do I lie? Can I lie in this game? The answer is of course yes. The question is just, what do you want to accomplish with that lie? Like, what's your goal? And then provoke.
Oh, I mean, I don't mind doing it like I've done so far and just lying, not rolling anything.
Oh yeah, no, true. But it's like, if ever you want to accomplish something hard and fast and be like, I want to lie to get this guy to do a thing, you're provoking.
Fair enough.
But okay, let's actually not move on yet because we're not done with you. Did you do
No,
something
we're
today
not.
that gets you like? Did you stride towards defeating your doom?
I don't think that's the right thing to say. I did know.
All right. In that case, mark your doom track.
It has been done.
Sweet.
It's progressing much faster.
And now let's see if we can get in contact with AJ. AJ, are you here with us? It seems not. Let me try it this way then. Just gonna write her, tell her what's up. There we go. I have tried advising her to drop out and in again. We'll see if she responds. If not, then we are gonna wrap up and I will talk with her about how this played out after the game.
Yeah.
No?
Oh, there's a response.
Oh. Alright. Can you join us, AJ? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
There you are. Sweet. Hey, girl. So, how does Starlight feel now? Like, let's talk about your end of session move. We thought we couldn't get in contact with you there for a moment.
I don't really know.
Alright. So, is this because you don't feel like any of them are appropriate, or is it because more than one is appropriate?
Because I know one would be more appropriate had I not been, Anyway. Since you never got to do any of that, I don't really know. I guess you grew away from the team?
Oh, okay. Why do you feel detached from the team then?
Because the scenes where I did something on her, she kept fucking up.
So you feel like maybe you're sliding away because you don't feel useful to the team?
Normally she would, grow into an image of herself, but since that is usually danger, she sees herself as extremely dangerous. This time it wasn't dangerous, she just fucked up.
Alright. So who does this represent you taking influence away of? When you project this insecurity onto the team, who among them do you decide to shut out?
Nightshade.
Alright. So take influence away from Nightshade.
Taking it away.
I guess our great and glorious leader has had as you said, it wasn't his best outing.
No, it wasn't.
He's lost a couple of people's or influence over a couple of people today.
Basically,
Yep.
what I'm basing it on is that she has accepted White Sparrow back, therefore she has given completely up on Nightshade.
Right. So it's like
that
she feels like, and that's maybe
I want Sparrow as my friend, and to have Sparrow as my friend, I need to give up Nightshade because he rather wants to hang out with her. So I'm giving him up.
That makes sense.
It's the projecting mechanism at work, right? It's like, no, you can't like deal with the problem. Therefore, it's much easier to just like pick one over the other, right? Because God forbid you were like had to go in there and engage them and try to like sort it out. No, it's like I'm gonna be with Sparrow. That means go away, Nightshade. That's so cool. That's such a human thing. That's too real.
Yeah. Never mind. Good night.
What do you want to say, Jay?
I think she's locked off.
I think she wants to say, "Stop interrupting me."
Okay, well, I basically can't hear her before like I start talking.
Yeah,
So,
I think that has been a prevalent problem throughout today's session.
well, in that case, I'm just gonna see if we can do something about that for next session. In whatever case, thank you all very much for playing. That was awesome. And yeah, there's definitely stuff ahead. It's gonna be interesting. And you, dear viewing audience, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for tuning in to CharismaToAC Plays Masks. Yeah, thank you for joining the Halcyon City Defenders on their expeditions into the forays of superhumanity. We will be back in not that long with even more superhero stuff, and until then, bye.
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 Bye.